or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Wentz to throw on the first play from scrimmage. He's got a man. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 73 yards. And the Commanders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Lance. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Davis-Price on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Wentz's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Play action. Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 70 yards. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's the option play now to the left. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Davis Price will try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Throwing now is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Gibson. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Going for it, here's Davis Price. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. .31 yards on the punt there. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Handoff right side, Davis Price. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
97.
Here's Lance. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken at about the 14. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the line. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Well, much-needed boost defensively there. I mean, that really one of the first things that's gone right for him in this first half.
No question about it, partner. We've seen this before. You've got an offense that doesn't have any points yet. Go out and make a play on D. Then you head back to the sideline saying, we got you the football back. Now let's see what you can do with it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run again with Mason. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Lance going to throw. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Davis Price. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Davis Price again, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Ty Davis Price taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Niners are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Gold with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On On 2nd and inches. Wentz. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A give to Gibson running right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the...
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
On first down, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Flush to his right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And he's got a man, complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the counter, Davis Price. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
No return here for Wilson. To touch back, it'll come out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun on third down, Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for first and 10. Right at the 50-yard line. A give up the middle to Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're out, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Wentz going to go on fourth down. Flipping left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 70 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a first down. They'll run with Robinson. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Let's go one more. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Black, come on. 81, 81.
Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sly on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second down and a run by Robinson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.